Good morning, everybody. Tony M. Fardette, the Billion Dollar Girl, here for our Monday morning motivation session. This morning, we're going to be talking about personal drive, what I call the 3 Ps. So perfecting personal performance. And here's the thing that I could never understand. Everybody's always so worried about what everybody else is doing. You know, this person's doing this person's doing that. This is why I can't do my job, in the car business, if I work in BDC. Well, the salespeople don't put notes in the CRM, or the managers don't do what they're supposed to be doing, or they're constantly sitting around and we're always busy, or the salespeople thinking that the BDC brings in these nonsense appointments and all this other stuff. Here's the thing. I'm going to be very simple, very frank, very real. And those of you who know me know that's me. And those of you who are starting to get to know me now as the Billion Dollar Girl will soon figure out, if you have not already, that you get what you see with me, and I'm going to tell you how it is, whether you like it or not. So, circle of influence versus circle of concern. This is a very, very simple principle of the 7 habits of highly effective people. And basically what that means is stop focusing on the things that you can't control and start focusing on the things that you can control. And one of the things that you can control is you and how you perform. So you have to start with a positive outlook. That's the first thing that I would say to you. Goals, right? So everyone says, yeah, no, I have a goal. Well, that's great. Okay. I have 1 million goals and I think I'm doing okay right now. Of course, I'd love to be doing better, and I know that someday I will. But the reason that someday I will do better and why I'm constantly growing and moving forward is not because I just make up a goal, spit it out there, and move on with my life. No. It's because I actually develop a plan to attain that goal. So I'm putting it on paper. And here's why it's difficult. You see, it takes some self-evaluation. And real self-evaluation is hard because it means you got to look in the mirror, and if you're really going to be serious, decide what things really need to change here. What do I really need to change? And then you make that list, you write it out, you make it visual, and then you make a commitment to changing those things. And so then that's the second place that people will fail, is in the commitment. And this is because it's very, very hard for the human nature, it just is, to stick to something, to be consistent. We do it for a couple of days. Something I love is, look, it's easy to start strong, but it's not so easy to finish strong. Well, why? Because we're not consistent. You need to be consistent. Otherwise, you're simply operating on the hope system. That's really what it comes down to. I say this all the time. Like, we can all hope, but this is why, 20% of people in the world are successful and 80% are just mediocre, because the mediocre people are operating on the hope system. So in order to perfect personal performance, you have to start with a serious self-evaluation. Be honest with yourself. It's not going to be pretty. I can tell you that right now. Then you're going to make a list so that you can visually see what needs to change. Then you have to make a commitment to make that change and make a list of what tangible things you can do to make those changes, and then remain consistent. The bottom line is, whether we want to hear it or not, you can be part of the solution or part of the problem. One of the things that I also often say is there's no negative self-talk, no excuses, none of that is allowed here in this office. It just doesn't happen. You're either going to breed positivity or you're going to breed negativity. And if you're going to breed negativity, then you could bring it someplace else, because quite frankly, I don't want it and I want nothing to do with it. So the 3 Ps, perfecting personal performance, and it starts with you worrying about you. Stop worrying about everybody else. Have a great day, everybody. Billion Dollar Girl signing off. Monday Motivation.